Hi, it's Paul here, and in this video I'm going to show you a few things that you need to do prior to publishing a newly created post. It's not untypical to spend a few hours creating a post, getting the words exactly right, researching it, choosing just the right picture, and just bunging all that information into the new post and publishing it. But you shouldn't do that. There's a few steps that you need to spend a bit of time going through prior to clicking the publish button. If you don't do those steps immediately, you can go back and republish with them corrected, but these are the things you need to do. So to begin with, each blog post should be built around a keyword. So this is something that you believe somebody will be searching for in Google to find what you've just written about. Now there are ways of finding keywords, and I'll go through that in a later video, but the point is you should build each blog post around a keyword. So you put the keyword into the title of your post, as I've done there. It doesn't have to be as naked as that. You could put something like few people really know few people really know how to carve wood. You can have something like that. The keyword is in it, but you've got a few extra words as well. Alright, but I'm going to, for the sake of this, I'm going to take that out and leave the bare naked key phrase in there. Now that same key phrase you thread into the body of your text just a couple of times. So by the way, I've got this stuff in orange here, various words in orange, just so they stand out so you can see them. You don't change the color of them just because they're keywords in a real blog post. So in this opening sentence I have got, so of all the ways that you could be spending your spare time, you have decided to learn how to carve wood, your key phrase. And I've got the key phrase somewhere near the bottom as well. I've put it in here. Few of your neighbors would have a clue about how to carve wood. Alright, so that's two instances only of the actual precise key phrase appearing in my text, and one is near the beginning. It doesn't have to be right at the beginning like that, and one is near the end. Now I've got some headings in here. The headings are there just to break up the page, but also they lend themselves to this theme of wood carving. So I've got a heading there, learning how to carve wood, and I've got another heading here about famous wood carvers. So so that's all to the good. And then elsewhere in the text I've just if you were writing a piece about carving wood, you would have instances of wood carving naturally occurring. For instance, here are my favorite tools for carving wood might appear in the text, or for carving wood, here are types of wood to use. So it's all stuff that relates to carving wood and naturally would occur in the text. Don't go keyword stuffing. Okay, don't stuff this full of the keyword how to carve wood. Just put it in a couple of times. Put something like it in your headings, and the rest of the words will occur naturally. Alright, so that's the first thing you need to go. Having created your post that you're happy with, go back and check that you've got those things in place. The next very important thing to look at is the URL, or the web address of your page. This is what, once I hit publish, this is what WordPress is going to christen this newly created post. It's going to call it http://b2bsocialsuccess.co.uk. That's a website name. It's an old defunct website. And then it's going to go on to call it $p=10. Well, that's not search engine friendly. That's not putting a search or key phrase into the name of the post. That's not what we want. So what I've got to do, and you only have to ever do this once for your blog, I've got to change the permalink setting. I can click on this here, change permalinks, or if for some reason you don't see it there, come down on the left hand side and you see it at the bottom of the page, permalinks. So click on that, and here is where the permalinks are set. It just relates to what your post is going to be called, the web address it's going to have, and the one you must always choose is post name. So select post name. Like I say, once you've selected it, it will always be selected for every post that you create thereafter. Click on Save Changes, and then go back and look at the post that you were looking at before. And now what we see is we've got our key phrase, or rather the title of the post is now appearing in the web address or URL of this post. So that is what we wanted. Next thing to look at is going over onto the right hand side of the page. We've got the issue of categories. You only get the one category appearing unless you create categories. You get this uncategorized category appears. These are the ones that I've created. So make sure you've got a number of categories that apply to your blog, and you just get those by clicking on this add new category and creating them. And the idea is that you create what they call silos, blog post silos, and you you might have a bunch of blog posts about carving wood, another bunch of posts about wood types, another bunch of posts about ideal places to buy woods, that kind of stuff. But don't ever leave it as uncategorized. Make sure you've got categories, and you put you can have multiple categories selected, but you really probably just want each post in one category. Okay, so there's that. Next thing to put in there is tags. Now these amount to search phrases that people might look for when they're searching in Google for the thing that you're blogging about. Keep your tags to, I don't know, 2, 3 or 4 words maybe, and only put about 5 in. So you comma delimit them, so I could put tags in of how to carve wood, put a comma in, wood carving tools, learn carving, and so on. Anything else you can think of. So if I say add now, you see that those tags have appeared underneath there, and I know that they're all now applied to this post. Next, let's take a look at the subject of linking out from your post. What you want to create from any web post is engagement. You don't want people turning up on a blog post and never doing anything other than look at it and then leave your site. So create at least a couple of links from each post, or consider doing so. Here's one. If I examine that link, you'll see I'm linking out to Wikipedia. Now Wikipedia is considered to be an authority site. It is an authority site. It would be great. It's the best thing you can get if you can get an authority site linking into your site, but if not, at least link out to one from time to time. And when you do so, and this is absolutely critical, make sure you've checked this box here, open link in a new window or tab, because you do not want to be sending, once you've got your valuable traffic onto your website, you don't want them to be going off to somebody else's website never to return. So by checking this box, you make sure that when they go off to Wikipedia, if they do click on it, they'll be going there in a new browser tab, not leaving your website. And the other thing you should, on the subject of linking, you should link to previous posts that you've created. Again, it's so they're going backwards and forwards to different places on your website. And the other thing to bear in mind is that it's a good idea to go revisit old posts that you've created and put links in your old posts that take them forward to your latest posts. And again, you're doing that because people may turn up to your website on an old post, and you know, why not bring them up to date with the latest information that you're providing, get them moving backwards and forwards within your website, and they're demonstrating that they're engaged with it. So that's why you would do that. Last thing I think that I need to mention here, I've added a picture to this post. If I click on it, you see I get this little icon here appearing in the top left hand corner. Looks like a little pencil. If I click on that, then we get the image details appearing. It tells me that this is a left aligned picture, it tells me the image size and so on. But the important thing that I'm interested in here is the alternative text. Now what that is if there was some problem on the server where your website is hosted, when your web page appears in somebody's browser, it could be there minus this image. The image could be missing, in which case this alternative text would appear on the page so that that person would know what the image should have been. So that's one reason for putting a key phrase in there. But the other more important reason is that Google cannot look at this picture and say, oh yeah, that's a picture of a wood carving. So that reinforces my impression of what this website is about. It can't look at the picture, so you have to tell Google what that picture is. Okay, again, it's to make your web page more findable in the search engines, and it's critical that this is part of your checklist when you are creating your web posts, or rather before you publish them.